Ready to go?
Oh yeah.
All right. Hi everyone, my name is Americ and this is Kenny from WatchersOfTheWall.com, and we are here today to do something very special, which is break down the preview for the upcoming episode of Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 6, titled... We still don't know!
Give us something, HBO!
By the time I usually put up this video, there'll be a rumored title. So last time we were wrong.
We should just make up a
title.
Yeah,
so what would it be?
The death of Jon Snow.
What? Again? And then, again?
Again? Yes, again.
So what do you think is going to be the next episode title? Comment below, let us know. Hopefully by the time we put this up, it'll be up. But in the meantime, let's just jump right into this preview and discuss what is about to go down. First up, we open on Mr. Jon Snow. Brooding as usual, never smiling, rarely smiling. And obviously they are in their whole quest for a white, you know, just to collect one and bring them to Cersei, of all people. I mean,
we called that wrong, but you had it right.
Yeah.
You just had the wrong person.
I know. I had predicted that they were going to go up north to maybe collect one of the whites and maybe prove it to Daenerys. But in a way, he wants to prove it to both of them.
Right.
So I think I was right.
She seems like she's bought in, though. Just a little bit.
I feel like Cersei doesn't give a fuck.
No.
But she'll be like, how can I use this to my advantage?
Exactly, yeah.
That's kind of how I see it.
And that's, I think, where they will underestimate her.
Yeah.
I fear that.
She might totally use this against them, 100%. The thing that's interesting in this image is basically the Fellowship of the King in the north. I like Fellowship of the King. I'm just gonna say
Fellowship of the Night's King.
Which is basically a Jon and crew going up. And I did a count here, and I think we're around 13 to 14 people. So we have our main people, which is a Jon, Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr, the Hound, and Tormund, of course, Gendry. That's 6. And of course Jorah, that's 7. So those are our main.
And the rest are red shirts.
The rest are absolute 100% red shirts.
And
don't
dead.
even bother to know their names.
So gone.
Oh my god,
so
beyond dead. And we'll see actually later on in a later frame what that could look like.
Oh yeah.
We see the Hound with Tormund. I can imagine those conversations. They're gonna be awesome because those two just have zero filter.
They have
zero filter. They were born without a filter. So I cannot wait to hear the real deal of how these conversations.
The dialogue is going to be.
It's gonna be pretty epic.
Yeah,
especially because they have a bond with Brienne.
Oh.
They do, right? If you think about it, they have a bond with Brienne where Brienne whooped the Hound's ass, and Tormund would like to whoop her ass too, if you know what I mean. So their view right now, it looks to be like something that they're looking at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't make that out quite yet. What it could, it doesn't look like it's a bunch of marchers or anything like that.
Their eyes are focused on something, definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they're like, Brienne? So
this is going to be an action-packed episode.
This is the penultimate episode, thank you, Kenny, where you're going to have it go down. Now, we're expecting something maybe hard home-like.
Yeah, maybe. It's definitely shot in kind of a runaway, get away from the crazy shit horror movie kind of style, but probably will be different as well.
What is also interesting is basically what's going to happen in all the other places while this is going to go down. So this is going to be one of the longer episodes, right? So you're going to have some room to just tell other stories.
Yes.
And I'm expecting to see some more interesting stories from Tyrion and obviously Dany. Where do you think their relationship is standing right now?
I still think, it's not 100%.
Yeah.
The fact that the things that he chose to have her do kind of blew up in her face hasn't really put him on solid ground. But I don't think their conversation is going to center around what Jon's doing in the north.
Yeah, because at this point, from their perspective, well, especially from Dany's perspective, she's like, okay, That's plan A.
Right.
What's plan B?
Right.
Because I'm not going to put all my faith in getting that proof. And I think Tyrion is going to be like, be patient. I feel like he's going to be more of like, slow your horses, slow your dragons. And slow them down. Let's not go and burn an entire city.
Yeah.
And she's going to be like, maybe I'm going to burn just a little bit of the city.
Can I burn the gate?
Yeah, you know what? Like, I'm just saying. So far, let's just be clear. This entire war could have been just won and done immediately.
Right.
Had she just said, you know what? Screw King's Landing.
Light it up. Yep.
Dracarys the whole motherfucker. But she decided not to. And I think, honestly, that's her mistake. Because had Cersei been on the other side of this, oh my God, she would have just murked the entire Westeros as long as she got out of it alive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this is going to be an interesting convo between both of those. Then we're back in the north, where Jon is now facing what appears to be a horde of whites coming down their way.
They're going to be like, we wanted one of you.
We wanted one. We need a sample, guys. Like, can we just get a sample? I'm just saying.
The invitation does not say one plus. It was not an and one.
I know it does. I do like
they all want to come.
I do like Beric Dondarrion's basically, just a little speech there where he's like, "Death is the enemy, the first enemy and the last. The enemy always wins, and we still need to fight him." Boom! Yes, definitely Jon setting up with the Seven, the Fellowship.
The Fellowship of the King.
Rounding it all up, just getting ready to go down. But before we jump more into that, let's go back to Winterfell, where Arya and Sansa are a bit... they're not looking... Things are not looking good.
Littlefinger making his moves, man. And I told you, he has one big move left to make. And I think this has to be involved.
He overplayed his hand.
You think so?
He 100% overplayed his hand because I can see how this is going to go down. Obviously, Arya's going to be like, this comforts me in the idea that Sansa is still who she was before. And she hasn't changed. She's always looking to just go on top, be on top. And I think she never liked that about her.
Right.
And I think she's still projecting that. So their relationship, in a way, hasn't evolved. Right? Because they haven't had a chance.
They haven't had a chance to evolve, right?
So she doesn't know Sansa as much as Sansa doesn't know her,
right? And
I think Littlefinger is playing on that, but he overplayed his hand because this is a typical type of conversation or event that's set up that can only work when the writers do a really terrible job of making sure their characters don't spot out the information that needs to be spot out at that moment.
Right.
Because it's going to be like, I know what you did. What are you talking about? You know what you did. And no one's saying what they did.
Classic television.
And then it just ramps up. I call that fake tension.
Yes,
fake tension. I hate it. And I'm seeing it happen. And I think there's going to be like one little moment that's going to bring them back, and I think it's going to be from Bran. Because I think Littlefinger did not expect that Bran could be sort of like a factor in this whole thing, in seeing, I see what you're doing. I will stop that.
This ain't Pretty Little Liars, man.
No. This is not going to work this way. I think Littlefinger is a goner.
So this episode?
Yes. I think this is going to be the episode where Littlefinger is going to be a goner, and I 100% see Arya doing the deed. And I think Bran is going to be, sort of like setting it all up because he didn't expect Bran.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're Littlefinger, you can sort of move people around like he's used to doing. But when magic enters the conversation,
homie, no. Dude. You don't mess with the three-eyed raven, son.
Littlefinger doesn't know all of Bran's powers yet, and Littlefinger also doesn't know that Arya happens to be a faceless man. So
he overplayed his hand. But let's go back to the north. The Seven are surrounded. They're setting themselves up. They're just getting ready to battle. It's gonna be so epic.
So cold. They filmed most of that in Iceland.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So it was legit cold.
It was legit cold. The snow and frost you're seeing on people's beards probably was really happening. So
it's interesting that one of the shots of one of the whites attacking, and then you see the Hound striking back. But what does he strike back with?
A hammer.
A hammer. Gendry's hammer.
What does that mean?
Come on, you know what that means. Come on!
No!
Come on, you're a smart man. You say it.
Just brought him back.
You say it. You just say it. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, fine. I'll say it. Kenny, step up. All right, here's what's gonna go down. I think the Hound getting Gendry's hammer means that Gendry is either gonna be hurt so badly that he won't be able to swing his hammer, or he's gonna die.
I vote for hurt.
Look,
if I have a vote, do I have a vote?
I think you might be onto something, because we do see later on another scene where you see them basically running away from the horde. And they have gone down from the number 15 to a number 8, because that's the number of people we still see there.
Running away from
and in the number 8, you see one person that's being carried right here on the top right. And I think that could be Gendry.
Could be Gendry.
So hurt
gives me hope.
Hurt makes sense.
Okay.
But we also see another person at the back of the pack being held up by 2 other people, so that could also be Gendry, but I don't think so. I'm thinking either Thoros of Myr or Beric Dondarrion that could be being held up by one of the main characters and one of the red shirts.
There's no way they all make it out alive though, right?
Oh, no. That's ridiculous.
Don't laugh. Laugh at that hope.
No one is.
It's a human hope.
No one is expecting them to make it. Look, here's the thing. This battle is going to be epic. And one of the reasons it's going to be epic is beyond the fact that it's going to be hordes of whites. We're also going to get giants. We're going to get a giant, as I predicted. And I was besmirched. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to go there again. But God, we're going to get giants. How are they going to be giants? How? With a fiery sword, Beric Dondarrion?
They're not going to beat them, that's why they're running.
That's why they're running, yo. It's like, oh my God, this was not what we expected. Oh my God. Here's the thing. Clearly, look, Gendry is going to put up a good fight, but it might not be enough. And speaking of good fights, we're also going to see a White Walker, Jon Snow, fight again, rematch. But I'm wondering, will the White Walker know that Jon has the sword
possibly
that can bring them down? Because the first time he was surprised.
Right.
First time he hit him, he was like, what the fuck? Your sword is not broken?
Well, it was a different White Walker because Jon killed him.
Yeah, but has that information...
Yeah. Because the Night's King was watching. He was on the ridge watching that whole thing. So yeah, he saw it.
So clearly they're going to be like, let go, let's get this done. There's an interesting shot here. The Eastwatch portcullis, aka gate, that's going up. And I'm thinking this is probably at the end of the battle on whoever is like surviving this.
Okay, but they're coming out of the tunnel.
They're probably coming to get
them.
To get someone who's coming.
One person? You think only one survives? What?
In the trailers, we had actually seen during that sort of like similar battle, only one person on a horse was running away. So is it just Jon Snow?
No. Because the Hound has to make it south.
Yes, the Hound has to make it south. So maybe, are we gonna do another fake out? No, I don't think so. So look, in that trailer, we do see just one person leaving. Is that the only person that left? We don't know. This could be a scene where that person is arriving. A lot of things can be met and said during that time. But let's talk about the Night's King definitely stepping into the frame. But you know what's interesting in this view that we see? Do you think those are trees in the background, or do you see those are more?
Those are more people.
They're horses.
Trees. Yeah.
So are they more White Walkers?
I think so. Yeah.
Not like White Walkers, as in an army of white. Because you rarely saw anybody who was on a horse that wasn't a white.
Yeah.
It's usually a White Walker.
That's true.
So it might be, in this particular case, it might be like an entire horde of White Walkers.
Just White Walkers?
Just White Walkers. That could be hyper scary.
Is this your prediction, Americ?
Look, Americ predicts. Hashtag Americ predicts. Let's get this trending. I predict that this is going to be the new Hardhome, new episode 9, long episode. It's going to be brutal. I think the only people who are going to make it out of this fight, Jon Snow.
Okay, definitely. How?
Jorah Mormont.
You think?
Yes, you know why? Because you need someone that the Queen trusts to go back up and convey that information.
She trusts Jon. I feel like the farewell that Jorah had with Dany on the beach was too long. It was like a farewell for life. I am fearing for Jorah.
No, I think Jorah makes it.
All right.
I think Jorah makes it. So I think Jon, Jorah. And the third one is definitely going to be Mr. Hound.
The Hound, yeah.
Yeah, those are the three. Sandor
And that's
Clegane.
it?
That's it.
3.
Everybody else.
Thoros dead.
Tormund dead. Beric Dondarrion dead.
Tormund dead?
Gendry dead.
People are going to be mad at you, Americ.
I'm just
killing
saying.
Tormund like that.
I'm just saying. But you know what? Who do you think is going to make it?
I'm going to say... Oh, it's too...
Come on, commit.
Jon Snow, I'm going to say Tormund sacrifices himself for Jon.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Hound... No, I think
You don't think Jorah is gonna come?
I don't think Jorah survives.
All right, who else?
You know what? I'm gonna say Gendry is wounded, but he makes it out alive.
So you think Gendry is in?
Jon, I'm hoping desperately because Gendry needs to see Arya again.
So Gendry, Jon, and
the Hound.
And the Hound. Those are your predictions.
Sandor, sorry, he's not the Hound anymore. Technically,
Sandor Clegane. All right. What about you guys? Who do you think is gonna make it out of this massive battle? What are your predictions? Comment below. Let us know. Make sure to also watch the review we just did of Season 7, Episode 4 with Mr. Kenny and Sandrine. And you'll hear some of their craziness and also how they give me credit. You don't want to miss that.
We were forced to give him credit. But never again.
Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that cool stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.